let's talk about building an audience and basically building a following. So, you know, this happens on your fan page, it happens on Instagram, it happens on YouTube, anywhere somebody can like and follow anything that you post and anything that you show as content, that is following. And it goes hand in hand with branding, which I get into detail in one of the later videos. In some of the later videos, I go into detail quite a bit about it. So it goes hand in hand with branding. And really, when it comes to building a following, the way that you need to do it is just by posting content. Whatever it is that you believe and you want other people to see, you know, you want to inspire people, you want to just motivate people, you want people to pay attention to what you're doing, then post about what it is that you're doing. Post about what it is you believe, and just, it goes with putting yourself out there. Building a following happens by putting yourself out there. And what I mean by that is, you know, doing the live videos, commenting, and being social on social media. And that doesn't mean that you have to sit there and go comment and like and have conversations with everybody. That's not what I'm saying. I just mean it's social media, so be social, be engaging. But when it comes to your content, it's the pictures that you post, it's the quotes, it's the live videos and your topics, it's anything like that, any kind of good content that basically inspires people, that motivates people, that helps people. That is how you're going to gain a following. And when that starts happening, a brand will start to build. And you, as a person, are your own brand. You know, your first and last name in its own is like your unofficial brand. So that's why I do state in the training module under the notes that the one regarding your website. In that one, I talk about in the tips to use your own name as your brand. You know, if you don't know a brand that you have already, like, for example, me as Miss Lynn, or Jay has No Time Clocks Needed, or Callie is Free Spirit Solutions, and Rose is Boss Mom Marketing. You know, those are all brands that they eventually came into. If you don't know what you want to be known as when you first start out, that is totally fine. Just use your name, and that will grow into a brand in its own, and you can just use that. So when it comes to your website domain link, just put your first and last name. When it comes to making business cards, just put your first and last name and put independent associate / mentor, or referral agent / mentor or sponsor, anything like that. But use your name, because that is your unofficial brand. That is something that's going to bring recognition to you because you were born with it. So just use what you already have. You don't need to make up a brand right off the bat, and you will come into that. So when it comes to building an audience and building a following, that happens by the content that you post and how often you post. So you have to be consistent with your posting, and that will help to build a following. People will eventually see what you're doing, and when they believe what you believe, they will start to follow you, and it gains, it just builds your empire. So that's really how you build a following. It's done the same way on any social media platform. It's just you put out the content that represents you and your brand, and that is how you'll gain that following and how you'll become an online presence. And within that, when all of that starts happening, that will take time. Trust me, building a brand, building a following, it all takes time. When that happens, your business will basically run itself in some sense. People will come to you, and you will have clout around you, and people will come to you for information. People will randomly message you. You won't have to be convincing people as much anymore, and you'll just have your empire building, and that comes from a following and branding. So building an audience just has to do with content, So work on your content, figure out what it is that you want to represent yourself as to the public, and do that daily. Post things daily that represent what you believe. And we'll get into branding more, and you can put it together with this, and you'll understand how to start building your empire and how to start bringing people to you by just content and branding.